Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Back to the conversation. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Our question, who had the most embarrassing screw-up or mistake that you know? And here come those emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
All right, let's jump right into a couple from today, guys. For my 21st birthday, I went to the bar with my girlfriend's phone while she was at home and got extremely drunk. When I got home, there was a text my girlfriend received that said, "Did you get home okay?" My girlfriend asked, "Who's this?" She replied, "It's the girl you've been making out with all night." Needless to say, I was screwed. That from Corey. Hello, guys. My name is Isaac, probably one and the only guys who is from Africa listening to the show. So we have a deacon in my church, and most members of my church, they know that he likes women a lot, and he's been a deacon. He's not supposed to be doing that, even if he's married. So we have a group, WhatsApp chat room for the youth group, and this man accidentally sent his penis to the group chat. This was embarrassing, and he was immediately thrown out of the church. Sometimes when God wants to expose you, God will do it in a magnificent way.
I know WhatsApp, but I like your version.
WhatsApp?
What up?
Watch out.
What up?
Quite a few typos in there. I need to get the WhatsApp thing.
Oh, yeah, especially because you know people that don't live in the country.
That's exactly right. I need to talk to my daughter, and that's the best way to do it.
I'm going to show you how to do it.
She does not want you to do that.
She told me to download the damn thing, and I just haven't.
It's so easy. That's how I talk to like people in Ireland and England.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Random numbers. I just text them.
Here's a weird one. Dudes, I really love an anniversary shout out for my gorgeous wife, Kylie. We've been celebrating 3 years today. I, too, work in radio, but as much as it pains me to say, she much prefers your show to mine. I wish I was joking. So I know this should make up for me dragging her to Fargo, North Dakota for work.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Gordo, we don't do anniversary shout-outs.
I mean, we wish you all the best.
You took a radio job in Fargo, North Dakota? Is that right? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
That's how it works,
Oh,
man.
my God. Yeah, wow.
Wait a minute. Do you know Gordo?
I know Gordo.
I was going to say, I know Mike has a buddy working at Fargo.
Mm-hmm. And he knows better than to email anniversary
How's
shout-outs.
he like it up there?
It's very cold, Miles.
Is that what he says?
Yes.
Is it
What
affordable?
does he do for... It's got to be
He
affordable.
says it's affordable, says the people are great.
Yeah. I mean, I know they have a lot of they have a lot more restaurants than you would think based on the fact of the fracking industry. Mm-hmm. So natural gas for a while was really booming in North Dakota. I don't know.
But when they leave, hold on.
I don't know if it's...
I'm just thinking about going up there to watch a football game.
Oh, we know why you would go.
Yeah, the Bison are one of the most dominant teams in the Bowl subdivision.
Huh. I didn't even know.
But if you type in Fargo, go straight to the movie. So you can't possibly mean the city.
Right. All right, on to the birthdays, guys. Happy 13th birthday, Wesley. Can't believe you're a teenager. Can I get the dirty Germans talking about themselves? Love, Mom. No, Mom, we don't do dirty Germans for kids, but we will give me your penis is too small if we could. Wait till they're adults, then we'll do the dirty Germans.
Yeah, that should be a rule for everybody, by the way, when sending in birthday requests.
Yeah.
If your child's not over 18, don't ask for the dirty Germans.
Don't ask for anything dirty. You know what I mean?
I mean, we will tell them their penis is too small, but we don't want to do anything worse than that.
Because they're 13, haven't grown up.
I just don't want to have to say it.
Right. I don't know if it's too late. Can I get a 23rd birthday request for myself with Captain Crunch talking about his violent encounters with chimpanzees? That from Devon.
Oh, I think most people misunderstand the violent encounters. This is how we throw down when they see the old captain. They know they're going to get what they call Mr. Pink Penis. It's not violence. It's just how we like to interact. That's the best way to put it. Crunch berries.
Guys, please wish our beautiful blonde, curly-haired, ginger beard son-in-law happy birthday. Can you give me your penis is too small and the bagel guy? Thanks. Love, Gus and Amber.
Not God or my father or my boss.
That guy. I wonder what happened to that guy. Oh, Michelle's my awesome younger sister Heather is 24 today. Could she get a roof that don't leak? And an inspirational quote from Miles. Thanks, guys. That from Jordan.
She got a roof that don't leak.
All right. Heather, you can probably relate to this. Sometimes I wonder, what do people do with all the extra time they save by writing K instead of writing OK? You only have to write the one letter. You have all that extra time.
It saves a lot of time.
It really does.
It's like love with the L-U-V. Ooh,
Do you hate the K response as much as I do?
I do, because that's what I hear and people that say K, like I want to punch them
when
in
they
the
text
face.
it to you, K.
I know.
So I was like, K. It's like, dude, you don't have 2 seconds to go, gotcha, something, anything. I mean,
Or you put okay. Type the O.
And it's an unnecessary response. You know what I mean? Like, we already know where we're going. Like, you go like, okay, I'll see you at the bar at 7. K. No, I just told you what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I take the L off cool.
Do you? Just go cool.
That's different, but that's a different kind of vibe.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like
Cool.
you're sending a different message.
Right. Nah,
K is still okay.
I hate K.
Cool to me is like, that's cooler than cool. It's so cool that they need that.
K's the worst. That's the worst when somebody tells you that. All of Cholos is my badass mom, Laurie's birthday. Out of fear, I won't say her age. Her and my dad are going to lovely Reno, Nevada for a vacation. So can I get you guys talking all over each other about the kind of fun that they could get into in Reno? Thanks, guys, from the unofficial heavy equipment mechanic for the men's room, Emmett. Well, I can tell you this.
One of the things that they can do down there is have like a two-hand contest.
They have the only iPad store
How many
in all the
limbs
world.
do you have?
Why do they have an iPad store? Because half the people there don't have two eyes to work.
I promise you,
They can't afford a glass
and they're
on.
not even both
So they all
legs.
have
They're
ashes.
like one arm, one
Hatches.
leg, swimming
Amazing.
goddamn circles.
But yeah, there's a line going around the corner for that iPad store. Fellas, can I get a birthday shout out for the one and only Miss Tessa? 40 trips around the sun, deserves a special birthday wish from her favorite people, the Williams family. So let's give her some shotgun gets from Thrill and Coach Ted giving her some cornhole tips so she's not taking L's all summer like last year. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Get.
Points. You need points. Most people concentrate on trying to airmail it or this or that. Listen, sounds like you had a horrible summer last summer. L's all year. What you need is points. Consistency. That's all we need here, right? It's a simple game. My other big piece of advice is keep all 4 bags in your offhand. Don't get off balance, bending over to pick them up every time.
Agreed.
Get in a rhythm, start shooting, keep shooting.
Good morning. Would you please wish a birthday shout out to our baby brother Kelly Jack, who's 50 years old today. All 3 of us listen and compare notes at times. So please give him, what is that, bro? And the dirty Germans talking about him going to the gun range and shooting his guns with the guys. Thanks, guys. You make the commute home now tolerable. That from Mike.
Oh my God! What the is that, bro?
Yeah, I do not know what you mean when you say gun range, but the gun range to me is anywhere on your body.
Yeah, see, you can shoot off some bullets. Sometimes I like some blanks. That's just me. Also, I've been known to range to inflict pain on a certain area.
Yeah, and I apologize. Mine is a single shot.
Yeah, my friends call me DS.
DS?
Something shot.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm not the best with handguns, Miles.
All right, guys, here we go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you. I'll have a couple extra emails. These concerning Men's Room Happy Hour. Our debut was yesterday
Yes,
right
it
after the
was.
show at 6 o'clock. If you would like to join in on the Men's Room Happy Hour, more Men's Room exclusively on Odyssey. Go to the Odyssey app, download that on your App Store or Google Play, and then you get that absolutely free. Search for the Men's Room. Room, and then you will see the Men's Room Happy Hour from them. Favorite it on your app, and you are good to go. We will go live today at 6 o'clock right after the show.
That is correct.
As we do Monday through Friday, every day at 6 o'clock. You get more Men's Room. It's not going to be on the air, KISW. Don't download the Men's Room or anything like that. Specifically, the Men's Room Happy Hour. And then download all the other ones, too.
Sure.
So you can listen to us anytime. This concerns the Happy Hour. Boo, you effing bees. It's about effing time. You effing liquors. I love the app. I can't even read that one. S-heads. That's great. It's basically just a bunch of cuss words from Doug, but he liked it.
It is. One thing about Doug, Mike, you should know this. Doug will donate $100 to the Fisher House if we can get you to drop an F-bomb on the Happy Hour.
Oh, you're going to...
Hey, man, he sent an email back to me.
You're going to do that to me, man?
Look, it's up to you. Look, you don't have to do it. He
right,
just
but then
said,
I'm taking money away from the Fisher House if I don't do it.
That's exactly
which
right.
makes you very selfish.
And since we can do whatever we want on the Men's Room Happy Hour as far as language is concerned, this is pretty easy.
I mean, the guy just said, hey, I will donate $100 for an F-bomb. See, he didn't offer for me or Miles or Ted because he'd go broke.
Yeah.
No promises.
One more on the Men's Room Happy Hour. On the Men's Room. Can you imagine my delight when I heard in your latest episode that you're going to get another whole hour of the Men's Room simply by tuning in to the Odyssey app each day at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is 11 a.m. here in Melbourne. Only to discover the app is not available outside the continental United States.
Come on with this.
As an avid international lister and caretaker of the Melbourne official office, I might add, I feel my human rights are being violated by this apparent slight on your worldwide fan base who are being denied the happy hour of the Men's Room. The snub is clearly against the Geneva Convention on Human Rights, and as such, I have taken it upon myself to bypass this unconstitutional block that you have tried to enforce, forgetting for a moment that your Constitution only protects you, not me, and now can listen unhindered. I'd never try to out-nerd a nerd. Cheers, that from Aaron. Melbourne office of the Men's Room, where once international borders are open, we are all going on safari to the Yakima Walmart.
Now, the Men's Room wants to know, who sucks less?
Okay, time for Who Sucks Less. Steve the Thrill Hill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. It is up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least, as they all suck quite a bit. Now, if you happen to follow us on Twitter at KISW, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed it is. And like you said, we find 3 stories out of the news. These, like I said, these are not the worst things ever, but you will be glad that you are not the victim of any of these situations. So let us start, you're not going to believe this, in Florida. Where a hospital employee is facing a felony battery charge after he sucked on the toes of an elderly female patient at the hospital there. Police arrested Franz Beldoran, 23 years old, after he victimized a sleeping senior at the Gulf Coast Hospital in Fort Myers. See, he worked at the hospital as a sitter, and basically what that is, you monitor fractious patients overnight. Now, he was watching a female patient to keep her from getting out of bed due to the fact that she was a flight risk. And that's when he decided to target the woman's roommate, whose bed was separated by a curtain. The victim told police that she first felt her right foot being touched around 11 p.m., but she thought it was a nurse checking for swelling in her feet and ankles. The patient added that sometime later, I felt it again. Well, the third time the woman's foot was touched, she recalled, quote, it felt wet between my toes. When the patient looked up, there was a man on his knees next to her bed and his head bent over her foot. The woman said she yanked her foot away, and the man left to go back to the chair that he occupied earlier that night. Beldoran subsequently poked his head around the curtain and asked the victim, quote, are we okay? The woman then summoned a nurse who contacted hospital security. He's worked at the hospital for 4 years, has been charged with battery on a person over 65 years of age or older. Yeah, doing a little toe sucking. We stay in Florida, where a 20-year-old man awoke to discover a male intruder in his home, standing at the foot of his bed, and you'll never guess what he was doing. Sucking on his toes.
Sucking toes.
That's right, 2 toe suckers from Florida. Investigators say the victim was sleeping when the suspect entered the locked residence, and when the victim awoke around 3:30 in the morning, his toes were in the stranger's mouth. The victim asked the suspect what he was doing. Assuming that he was about to be robbed, the victim declared he didn't have any money. In response, the suspect told him he was there to suck toes. The victim then began throwing punches at the intruder, forcing him out of the house and into the yard. And as he was being punched out of the home, the suspect told the victim that he had a gun and then attempted to fondle the victim's genital area. However, a gun was never seen during the altercation, and after striking the intruder in the face for approximately 30 seconds, the victim ran back inside the house, dialed 911. At this point, the suspect punched out the glass on the home's front window, then climbed on top of the victim's car and stomped on the windshield until it broke. The suspect fled before police arrived, and a K-9 unit was unable to locate the intruder, who was bloodied by punches thrown by the victim. Police used DNA swabs to collect blood evidence left by the victim.
They find the guy?
Nope. So now that guy's going to have trouble sleeping, just knowing he might wake up and there's a man sucking on his toes. Well, we've had enough of toe sucking, and we've had enough of Florida. So in this case, we're going to head to Cedar Rapids. Whereas, as if navigating a Walmart on a Saturday wasn't enough of a nightmare, imagine turning around and seeing a bloated Iowa man tailing you in an electric shopping cart while exposing his penis and stroking it. They say the vial of front beef fell a female customer at Walmart in Marion. That's a Cedar Rapids suburb. Investigators arrested Gary Sheriff, a 65-year-old resident, for indecent exposure. Upon being summoned to the Walmart, cops found that Sheriff had been, quote, following a woman around the store in an electric cart while exposing his penis and stroking it. Sheriff was booked into the county jail, where he's locked up in lieu of $5,000 bond, and he's scheduled for a preliminary hearing. A magistrate judge has ordered Sheriff to have no contact with the 36-year-old victim.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on.
Well, the Walmart's a public place, and not that that's what you want to do in public. But no one broke into someone's home, and no one, I think when you put someone in a center, a senior center or whatever, you kind of hope that you can trust the people who are working there to not do anything to the people, your family, your friends.
You hope you trust anybody.
Right. Breaking into someone's house to suck toes and stomping out a windshield, that's a lot. And then getting in a fist fight, and then, actually not getting caught. It's a little weird. I really think it's a guy stroking himself in the Walmart. He probably sucks the least because he physically didn't do anything to anyone but himself.
Yeah. I don't know. That's pretty disturbing, though.
Yes,
just cruising around on one of those things. Yeah, and just having it out and messing around with it.
And specifically following one person through the store.
The guy in Florida that broke in to suck toes.
Yes.
Did he catch a whooping?
Or he got his ass beat by the victim, but he's the one the cops never found. So the guy,
but he also got on top of the guy's car and
smashed out.
Right. I just like that he actually got beat. But I think for me, the one that sucks the least is going to be the hospital worker,
the toe sucker in the hospital.
Yes, just because the dude in the Walmart's like following the woman, she's going to have nightmares. The other guy got his home broken into. It is not okay, but I think the guy in Florida, that was a crime of opportunity. And he just had a weak moment and
sucked the old woman's foot.
Sucked the toe.
Oddly, he even said he was having a weak moment.
I think the Walmart...
Is that in his quote? I had a weak moment?
The quote stated that he had no reasons as to why he licked the victim's foot, but that he was vulnerable at the time and could not help his actions.
Right, because, he knew right away, because he's like, are we okay? So, I don't know. They're all weird, but he seems the least weird.
He's the least weird, but he was still...
Is he the least weird?
It's still a patient in a hospital in a senior living facility.
65-year-old wo's nasty ass foot.
Yeah, I think the Walmart wanker sucks the least.
I don't know, man.
I don't know,
I'm
dude. It's all sexual assault, but that's... he's got it out.
He does.
That woman's going to have a nightmare. She probably won't be able to walk into another Walmart.
He's a fat, bloated dude on a scooter. I doubt you'd be able to see that thing. You know what I mean?
She figured it out.
Well, she did figure it out. But thank God he didn't.
But he's excited.
Yeah. Yeah, he was excited. And he wanted her to know.
Okay.
And the guy in the hospital, again, very bad form. Do not do that.
Yes, it's bad form.
Moment of weakness.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less. If you follow KISW on Twitter, you are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.
I'm Glennon Doyle, author of Untamed and host of the podcast We Can Do Hard Things. Each week, we talk openly and honestly about the hard things in life together with you. So join us and some of our dearest friends and greatest heroes to talk about anxiety, boundaries, parenting, infidelity, our bodies, loving and losing, all of the things that make us human. Listen to and follow We Can Do Hard Things on Odyssey and everywhere you get your podcasts.
99.9 KISW. Yeah! You're in the men's room.
Coming up in just minutes, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check out Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, people asked a nun for skincare advice. She said that beauty products are a ripoff and advised against going out in the sun.
That's probably not wrong.
Isn't that kind of
avoiding the sun will help your skin a lot?
Exactly. Isn't that kind of what people say in general is like, while they will help to some degree, it's just chemicals that you're putting onto your skin and onto your body. So, as with anything, if you do too much of it, it's going to damage it.
But now a nun said it, so it matters.
That's right.
Yeah.
A bridge in South Carolina was shut down for 3 hours due to a suspicious package that turned out to be an abandoned liposuction machine.
An abandoned liposuction machine.
Right.
To be fair, I would never be able to identify a liposuction machine.
Right. It would just be a contraption that, you know what, let's just assume this is an explosion.
I gotta Google general this. People could have one of those.
Right.
It seems like a surgical thing.
Have you been to South Carolina?
I'm gonna get some liposuction out of Joe's garage.
It's just a Hoover vac.
He just sucks the fat right out of you.
Let me take a look at this.
You don't need anesthesia or nothing.
But is it like was it maybe one of the medical staff that it was transferring it from one spot to another? Maybe he was trying to dispose of it?
Yeah, you wouldn't know what this is. If you saw that on the side of the road. Right?
No.
Does it look like an explosive
device? It looks like a medical device. I just wouldn't be able to identify.
It looks medical for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's got bells and whistles and buttons. Popeyes is adding nuggets to their menu due to the success of their chicken sandwich.
Well, yeah, you kind of specialize in chicken.
Right.
You should have nuggets.
What they did was they took the same breading formula and the way they did their spicy chicken sandwich and just transferred that to the nuggets. So as much as you like that chicken and the way it's crunchy and juicy and delicious, they're doing that with the nuggets. I mean, basically, most places do that. They're not too far off, like Chick-fil-A. They cut up their own little pieces.
Right.
Batter is the same that they put on their sandwiches.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Am I losing my mind, though? We were talking about this. They had nuggets back in the day.
I thought that they did.
I remember going to Popeyes. Now, granted, it's a long time ago. I was like 14, but like that was always the thing. We'd get nuggets, Cajun fries.
I will say this, though. As far as the nugget world is concerned.
Ooh, nugget world.
McDonald's has a very unique tasting chicken nugget.
They do.
Yes, they do. It does not taste like their chicken sandwich.
Nope.
Now, if McDonald's had like a big nugget that they put on a biscuit, or if they had a big nugget that they put on a chicken sandwich, and that was the chicken part, the way that chicken is done, and it was just a big breaded nugget, I would definitely get that chicken sandwich.
Isn't that what the McChicken is?
No.
They're two different kinds
particle
of
chicken in their nuggets, and with their actual sandwich, it's a breast. It's a white meat.
Right, that's the chicken sandwich. But I'm talking about that little like $2 guy, the McChicken.
No, it's not.
That seems pretty close to a nugget.
It's breaded differently.
It is. And I think that's the only difference. Is I think that the McChicken is breaded differently.
All right, now look. There's rocks and there's boulders. And technically, to be a boulder, it has to be a 10-inch diameter. Believe it or not, that's it. At what point does a nugget become
a patty?
Bigger than How big do you have to be to officially be a patty?
That's a good question. I think it just has to be able to encompass your standard bun.
So if it encompasses the bun, it is now a patty.
Right.
If it's smaller than that, it is a nugget.
Exactly.
All right.
You know, because when does a meatball become a patty?
When it's flattened.
Bingo. 1 in 3 parents say that they feel ill helping their kids with math and science homework.
Yeah, because that's the ones people struggle with the most.
And half say that their kids are smarter than they are.
Yes.
Mainly because they're already in it. They're getting that baseline, foundation knowledge that you've probably forgotten at this point.
You have forgotten everything that they are learning. Right. But you have a lot more memory to lose than they do.
Exactly.
You know, so
we're killing it as the days go by.
Yeah, every single day I'm losing a little bit more. Like right now I'm still tracking good, but they're going in the 5th and 4th grade. So I'm always curious to see where the 5th grader is. But, man, by like 7th grade, if you walk in with math homework, I can't help you.
Do you wait till
really need to pay attention in class because I can't help you.
Do you wait till they fall asleep and then read their book to catch up so you don't look stupid?
No, I don't mind telling them I do not understand this at all. Like, I really don't, man.
Man, I excelled at math in school. I am terrified to have anybody younger ask me for help.
Well, part of it, too, just keep in mind.
You're just not doing it.
You're not doing it, but also some things just change. So it's not about getting the answer right. For whatever reason, math class.
It's the way you get there.
They have gotten away from what you know, and it's about do you think the way that we
I
need
hate
to
that
think.
so much.
Which to me, if you can get the right answer, why do you care how they did? Assuming they didn't cheat.
Right.
If you're just one of these brains that gets things instantly.
If I know that 2 + 2 = 4, how is that incorrect just because I didn't use this box method where we're doing crossouts and lines and dots and stuff like that?
And that's the problem. And I have a problem with that because I don't fully understand because it's stupid and it's a complete waste of time.
Minds are channeled differently. People think in different ways and they use different pathways to achieve the same conclusion. As long as we get to the conclusion, I mean, apply it to the real world and what we're doing here. Okay, you and I can be given a project and we'll go about it 2 different ways. We'll make the same widget, but we're just going to do it 2 ways.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Because basically math class is like, look, book a trip to Los Angeles and you need to be there on this date. You go, okay. And some kids are going to leave early because they're going to drive there. Other kids are going to leave a little after them. They're going to take the train. And the last guy's going to go on the day of because he gets in the plane. And it turns out, we needed you to take the train to Los Angeles. And it's like, dude.
Right.
You just said be here at this time. To me, because math is an exact thing. You know, if you screw up a decimal point or any of that, right, it changes everything.
It does.
So just get the answer right. I don't understand why. And that's the biggest problem with math homework.
There's a lot of different ways to do problems.
Yes.
As far as the way that you.
And here's my thing with the kid: if you can get the answer right, then whatever you did to get there, your brain works, bro.
Just tell me the easiest way to do it.
Right.
Right.
That's it. I'm taking the plane.
A man in Louisiana took advantage of bad traffic and decided to jump off a bridge as a gag. He ended up pretty badly injured, took 2 hours to finally swim to shore, and was cited by police.
Took 2 hours to swim to shore?
Yeah, I think
that river is deep and big.
And he jumped off of a bridge.
Right, he did not. He's an idiot. Mm-hmm. And he even says it now, I'm an idiot. And just jumped in there, and then, he couldn't. I mean, he almost died. First of all, he's lucky he didn't die.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't keep his head above water, but the current was so strong in the river, he couldn't get to the shore.
Exactly.
And by the time he did, they'd already had to put out search and rescue. Obviously, the cops already have guns on him.
Traffic is backed up.
Right, everybody's just pissed at him.
At what point did he think any of that was a good idea?
Part where he was stuck in traffic and he was jumping off a bridge into water.
Correct. But I like that he did say, he was like, as soon as I got, jumped, I was like, and he said in his head, it was like, this is a bad idea.
This was not good.
Yeah.
Our friends over at BuzzFeed put together a list of the 10 crazy moments that actually happened on movie sets. This is probably one of my favorite things when it comes to cinema is the backstory and all the issues that they had going on. So I've got the top 10 list here, and I wonder if you guys can guess what went wrong. Number 10, we're going to start with Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi. Do you guys know what ended up happening on that set?
Somebody threw somebody a football and they dropped it.
That's not a bad call, Tom.
I mean, does that have something to do with the movie, or is it just some freaky thing that happened?
It's usually it's what happens offset. So an accident, a light came down and knocked somebody in the head, that sort of a thing.
I have no idea.
So in this one, funny enough, it was actually filmed out here in the Pacific Northwest on the forest moon of Endor and all that, right?
Yeah.
So it says Peter Mayhew in his Chewbacca costume had to be escorted by crew members in bright vests through the Pacific Northwest so people wouldn't mistake him for Bigfoot and shoot him.
his ass.
They needed people in high reflective vests.
There's Bigfoot. Bigfoot is real. I know that because they use Bigfoot urine as the
hand sanitizer downstairs.
Oh, that's true. Only he could procure that.
I'd drink a beer called Bigfoot urine.
Bigfoot urine.
I mean, I would give it a try.
You clean your hands with it downstairs. Take a taste.
Oh, man. Apocalypse Now at number 9. Does anybody know what shady thing might have gone down with Apocalypse Now?
Marlon Brando.
I think Marlon Brando really thought he was that dude.
Didn't he get real dark and weird?
Yeah.
Or maybe he was just in super character, but yeah.
Got a little too lost in the character? Actually, no, it says police showed up on the set in the Philippines and took everyone's passports after discovering that they were using unidentified bodies as props.
Oh, God.
Wow.
They purchased them from a grave robber. They were using
grave robber.
They were using corpses on that set, man.
Damn.
How would you even know, even if I said, hey, man, I need to get in contact with the grave robber? Anyone here remotely have someone they can think of?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a lot of things I could get, but if I'm like, I need a dead body, I don't have anyone in my phone who I think can do it.
I can go make one.
Right.
Is that Kubrick? Stanley Kubrick?
Stanley Kubrick? I believe so. Is it? I think that's him.
That's him.
He did make a war movie.
That guy's insane.
Top 10 crazy moments that actually happened on movie sets. Number 8, The Passion of the Christ.
They couldn't find a prop, and they really had to spike him in there. I don't know.
Jim Caviezel was struck by lightning while filming the Servant on the Mount scene. I actually had heard that. I don't know if he was on the cross when it happened, but I did hear that was like the big story with that movie is that he got struck by lightning.
That's the tallest thing on a hill.
Yeah, man. It finds the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Number 7, Poltergeist. Does anybody know what happened with Poltergeist? There was a lot of problems with that movie. That's one of those where you hear like a lot of spooky stuff that actually happened. But the top thing that they got here is JoBeth Williams spent 4 to 5 days shooting a scene in a pool of real skeletons, since fake ones were considered too expensive. Another one that used...
Wait. It's cheaper to use a real skeleton.
Yeah, you get a
That's
grave
when the
robber, man.
skeletons came up and all from the bottom. Remember, they invaded the pool.
Yeah.
Did they tell her that? Like, if I'm an actor, I'm going to do this scene. I'm just going to assume it's fake skeletons.
Sure.
I'm fine to do the scene.
And if I'm a director, I'm going to tell you that they're real right about midway through
So you
shooting.
get that real reaction.
You
right?
bet. You bet. Top 10 crazy moments that actually happened on movie sets. Number 6, The Wizard of Oz. And no, it is not the
dead
the guy that hung himself in the background, which has been debunked. Anybody know what we got there?
Toto died.
Toto. There were like 6 different Totos.
Maybe something from the paint for the Tin Man.
Close. It's actually a smoke from the Wicked Witch. So during the Wicked Witch of the West's smoke-filled exit from Munchkinland, Margaret Hamilton actually suffered burns on her hands and face.
Jesus.
This is back in the 1930s, man. They kind of worked with what they got, and the actors just kind of took it.
I mean, to be fair, but that movie came out, 39? And to a degree, its special effects still hold up.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it because they're not really special effects. It's like, no, that smoke was...
Yeah, they built a set.
That's right, man. Number 5, To the Ends of the Earth. This is probably the only movie on this list that I have not heard about, but it features our own Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay.
This one is wild. It says Benedict Cumberbatch and his friends were driving to the set when their tire blew out. They got kidnapped at gunpoint and then left in the middle of nowhere.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Dr. Goddamn Strange.
That's right.
Huh. Jesus, man.
Kidnapped at gunpoint. You kidnapped a robber and then you abandoned him? Come on, man. Thinking about ransoms?
Right.
Goodness gracious. 10 crazy moments that actually happened on movie sets. Number 4, Titanic. Anybody know what crazy
I do know
thing?
what happened on Titanic.
What happened on Titanic, Miles?
Somebody dosed the chili. or
That is
something like
exactly
with
right.
LSD.
The majority of the cast and crew were rushed to the hospital one night after being poisoned, not with LSD, but PCP spiked clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
Wow.
That's a big difference.
There's huge difference.
Oh, man.
They think they know who it is, but they've never been able to really pinpoint who it was.
I'm going to lift this boat out of the water. Anybody just want to fight?
It does say to this day nobody knows how it happened, but there were rumors that a disgruntled chef who'd been let go was responsible.
Damn.
Now You See Me. That was that magician show that had Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher, and it had Woody Harrelson, I believe, in it. There was a fourth one. I don't remember who it was.
The illusion, the card thing? What the hell?
No, so here's what happened with that one. Isla Fisher almost actually drowned when her release chain got stuck to her costume during a magic trick scene. I heard this one several times. It was towards the beginning of the movie, I believe.
All right.
It's one of those where they tie her and chain her up, and then they lift her into this massive dunk tank, and they put her in there, they drop it down and hit the lock, and she is supposed to then maneuver her way out of the chains and get herself out. She dramatizes it up a little bit by screaming and acting like she's not able to get out. She's underwater while she's going this, so the bubbles are going up, the anxiety is going up. That was legit. She was caught, and she was legitimately drowning in that scene.
God. You know what's funny about directors, though? Anytime something like that happens, or like, that is the scene we're using.
Yeah, keep it in.
Like, I know it's going to be a little PTSD for you at the movie premiere. Because, like, yeah, I almost effing died.
Exactly.
But it looks good on screen.
Number 2, Star Wars: A New Hope. Does anybody know what happened with A New Hope?
No.
So the Tunisian government asked George Lucas to move his Sandcrawler vehicle away from the Libyan border. Libya had mistaken it for a military vehicle and threatened military action.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That would
start a war.
Sandcrawler, is that what the
Jawas.
Utides, yeah,
Utini.
You call it
That's what
Star
they say,
Wars.
Utini.
Oh.
I forgot what their name. Yeah, the Jawas.
Are they pointing at a woman's chest when they say that? If they are, I think I've translated that.
And then finally, this is the number one crazy moment that actually happened on a movie set. Anybody know what happened with How the Grinch Stole Christmas? That movie with Jim Carrey that came out in 2000. Ted, you're thinking any thoughts? So here's what happened. Jim Carrey was given CIA-level torture training to prep for his daily 8-hour makeup sessions.
Ooh. Jesus Christ, man.
I don't know what the reason for that is. Why do they give him torture? Just so he doesn't have an anxiety attack sitting in that chair?
I guess
or what?
for 8 hours, that's got to be uncomfortable.
I mean, but still, like if you're getting tortured by the CIA, I can't imagine. You look fabulous at the end of it.
Right. You look great.
Cut every scene I can, man. Let's work all night.
There's a video of a carjacking in Detroit that was thwarted by the simplest of things.
What was that?
Tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-421-ROCK. All right, have we made it to drink it time?
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.